Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to work on an air intake for my Corvette. I'll show you everything in just a second, but before we get started, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and hit the bell notification so you don't miss out on any videos. Alright, so here's what we're going to be working with. So we got the air filter, got a bracket that we have to install. I got a few screws and stuff in there, looks like some Locktite or something, and also have the indicator to tell whenever the filter needs to be cleaned. And this is the SLP Blackwing is what they call it. And you see on the side there is for the mass airflow sensor. So I still have the stock one in here. So what I'm gonna do now is get this old one out of here, then we'll get everything unpackaged for the new stuff, and we'll get this thing installed. All right, so it should be pretty simple. I'm gonna take off the MAF. Got a few grommets that we need to take out and need to loosen that. And I think that's just about it, and it should pull out. I might have some fasteners or something down here at the bottom. Don't really think there should be anything down there. It looks like it kind of moves freely. But I'm gonna put you all on a time lapse while I do this, and I'll let you know if anything, if there's anything extra that I had to remove. All right, got everything out. It's got a little bit of stuff in there. Only thing we have to take off now is the MAF off of this, and I don't believe we need to use anything else out of this. These little grommets here, I actually thought they might have been like push pins or something, but all you have to do is once you get it loosened up here, take this off, just basically pull up on it and it'll pop right through. All right, next thing we want to do, we got to put these in. So you'll see there's a little hexagon piece down here, and it's like that on both sides. The other one's over there. Just make sure you find the hexagon piece. So what I'm gonna do now is get the Locktite on here, get these things set in there so they can cure. All right, both sides are in. As you can see right there is where they go. So they're tacked in good. And what we're gonna be doing next is putting this bracket on. So you gotta take and put these two screws in, the barrel on, get those tightened down. And it's gonna go on like this with these facing out. And make sure that they're facing on the bottom side as well. Then we got our two bolts that we're gonna put in on each corner. And there's what that looks like fully installed. Next, I'm gonna get this MAF out of the old air intake and get it in the new one. And then we'll start getting our grommets and stuff. We'll unpackage the air filter and put it on there. All right, so it looks like we got everything ready. If you noticed earlier, there were pins in here that popped up. They actually give you 5 to kind of plug those holes. There's one more right there. So it has more of a OEM look to it. You just don't have holes everywhere. Got this ready. I had to put my clamp on my air filter. Got our little indicator here. And we put our little grommets in right here. That's gonna connect right down here on those 2 points sticking out. And we got our mass airflow sensor in, which is kind of a little bit better quality than that, but who knows, we might end up changing it later on. So let me get this on here and I'll show you what everything looks like once it's on, and we'll do a startup. All right, so we got everything on. Make sure you connect the mass airflow sensor connector back up. Make sure everything's tight. Now let me do a startup for y'all and we'll see what it sounds like. Alright, so I got this installed. Driving in the rain and going through a touchless car wash is pretty scary with these. So one thing that happened is, I guess water kind of flowed in here a little bit, and thinking maybe it picked up just a hair of it, because I felt the RPM change just a hair. So I'm definitely not keeping this on here, because there's sometimes I'll be driving it. Yeah, I'm in the rain, and usually I try to give it like an actual hands-on wash, maybe once a month or once every other month. Try not to touch the paint as much as possible, so I'll run it through like a touchless sometimes just to kind of clean it up some. But I'm not going to keep this on there. I didn't have this issue on my 2006 because obviously it was LS2 and it had the narrow body, so it didn't have the open snout and the front bumper. And it worked great on there, but I'm just not going to keep it on here. So I'm going to go back with the factory airbox. I did buy a new filter for it, so I will probably run it for a little bit. I don't know if anybody makes maybe a shield or something that would kind of go over this and cover it a little bit, just so if water flows in there, it kind of gets directed away. And I might even be able to try to make something myself. Don't want to restrict airflow or anything, but looking here, you have 2 screws right there. So if I could somehow fabricate something to where cool air can still kind of flow in and down, but water and stuff can't get directly on a filter, I might try to do that. I might try to do like some plexiglass or something later on. But for now, I'm gonna remove this and put the factory one back on. All right, I got the stock filter back on. I'll see what I decide to do in the future. If I want to try to modify something or see what else is available. But I'll definitely keep you all posted. So make sure you hit the subscribe button and hit that bell notifications, and I will see you next time.